Keep your damn mouth shut.
There it is. There it is.
Just shut up.
That's right.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
It's best don't say nothing. There ain't no trying to fix. That way you ain't got to fix.
What if you're right?
What? What did he say?
What did you say?
What if you're right?
What did you believe?
What if you're right? Are you married? Yes, I am. You actually said that? What if you're right?
Yes.
When? I mean, sometimes. When? What?
Love it.
Boy, your dumb ass ain't gonna make 15. I can tell you that right now. Boy, you said- Keep your damn mouth shut.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Chodash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And as you see, this is Steve Harvey here, giving the docile men, put your woman on top, the happy wife, happy life narrative. It's what he's doing. Talking about keep your mouth shut. What if you're right? And the dude said, what if you're right? He said pretty much what he's saying. You ain't never right. You see, and that's a lot of the mentality that these older so-called black women have when they're in relationships. They believe it's happy wife, happy life. They believe all that madness, man. No, man. It's not about that. Babylon the Great has told you that. Babylon the Great has told you to bend down and to serve the woman. Right? And the woman of Babylon the Great has told you that because that's what Babylon the Great has told her. And that's what the Babylon the Great has been coddling, right? And holding her on this pedestal and doing these things. Talking about some what if you right. He told me he wasn't going to make it past 15 years. You see, that's because he believes that, your woman is always right. They believe in that certain stipulation of marriage to where, like I was saying, happy wife, happy life. And also they believe that, the woman is everything, man. You see, and that the man is just supposed to listen to her or whatever the case may be. You ain't never going to be right in the relationship. She wears the pants. It's all the same vibration, same energy, same spirit that all these people is coming in, man. And that doesn't even make sense because women are attracted to men that's masculine, that puts her in her place or do those things, right? Women are attracted to that. Masculine men, he takes the lead, you listen, you following, you let him do the manly stuff, you do the womanly duties. But when you giving the woman the role of both of these duties and you think that's how relationships work, that gives the woman power over you. And I have that situation going on in my family, man. There's a couple people that I can think of, that's in that mindset, man. And it's just like, man, come on, man, grow up here. But you gotta let these people do that because they let the women let the women rule over them. Here it is, you the man in the relationship, you making all the money, whatever the case may be, right? And then you let this woman talk to you a certain type of way, or just do whatever she want to do, and you don't got no say, and she's always right. If y'all get an argument, even though you give sound advice or sound whatever the case, she's always right. And that's that docile spirit, man, that they teach you. They try to make light jokes and comedy of the situation, but that's what they truly believe. You see, they truly believe that, and you tell these women that, and then they throw a fit. Like how is it you want somebody that's stronger than you, more powerful than you, make more money than you, wiser than you? You want all these things. When you want the man to have all these characteristics, but then when it comes to observing authority, to giving you answers or telling you to do certain things or whatever the case, or you're not going to wear this or you're not going to do that or whatever the case may be, then you have a problem. So you want all these requirements of the man, but then when it's time for him to actually show his authority and do these things, you got a problem with it. You got something to speak about. What's wrong, man? You wanted all these traits, and then the traits that you don't want, that the man that's just gonna simp over you, bow down, kiss your feet, let him smack you and hit on you and do whatever, say whatever you want to say, all these traits that the man will listen to you, kiss your feet, do all this stuff, Do whatever you do. Do whatever you say. Those men that come in those spirits, you don't pay them no mind, man. You see, and that's why this place is just utter confusion. Women want the men that have that power, and that status. But then when they start to exercise that power and that status, or whatever, however the case may be, and then you got a problem with it. Well, if you got a problem with it, then why don't you go to the man that's just going to just bow down to you? Go do whatever you tell him to do. You see, because relationships work when the man leads. That's how all relationships work. Relationships work when the man leads, the woman follows. That's because the man was put in that position. You see, the man was made first, then Eve. And the man wasn't in the transgression, but the woman was in the transgression. It's in the scriptures, man. You see, you have to understand that we were not made to do the same exact things. And there's nothing wrong with the woman being underneath men. Because you were made in your creation, you were made beautiful in the way that you were created. You were made to be a helpmeet, a pillar of rest. You were supposed to be a servant unto your man. Right? You're supposed to be under him. He'd go through a hard day. He'd come home, get a massage. You got a home cooked meal. You don't got to listen to nagging. You're cussing, doing all this other stuff. You're rubbing on him. Soft to touch. Smooth to rub on. Very soft-spoken women, man. But nowadays, what happens is when you in this spirit, you come home. See, oh, you didn't do this before you left. Oh, you didn't do this. And then you got to deal with that. And you just had a stressful day. Now you got to deal with this. See, that's why I've said it before. That's why a lot of times in the hoods, you see Jake. You see Jake just sitting outside on the porch. You see Jake just sitting outside on the porch trying to get some fresh air. Finally, trying to catch a breath, or in the backyard. In the backyard drinking a beer. Or whatever the case may be, trying to get away from that right now, man. Kids probably yelling and screaming, running around the house. All type of shit, man. You see? And then that's the spirit that these people, that these men, these so-called celebrities, want to put and instill in Jake. But that's not the case, man. That's not the truth. We come from a priesthood of kings, man. And that's order. It's order. You see, the men was men back then, man. Do you see? And Babylon the Great has really taken and stripped your manhood. Because this is the backwards order of society, having the women on top. Having the children rule the household and all type of shit that goes on, man. No, the man is supposed to do all those things. And the woman is supposed to do what she was made to do. And the man's supposed to do what he was made to do. Do you see? But in that beautiful creation, in that there's order. It's like it. In that there's order. Man, it goes Yahweh Shai, man, woman, children. Do you see? That's the order. And there's order like that because that's the way things work best, and that's how the Heavenly Father set it up, right? So now let's get enough of that, enough of my rambling. Let's get some scriptures, man. Because what does this scripture say? I ain't gonna get that one first. I'm gonna get this one, because this time is coming, man. Isaiah 32, and we're gonna start at 1. It says, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." Do you see? Do you see that? This is a glorious future. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness. What is a king? A man. And princes shall rule in judgment. The governing body of the Israelites, 144,000. That's going to be the governing body of the world and the Israelites. Right? Just like you have the government, you got the Senate, you got all these people, the branches and all that. And the American government, so-called, it's going to be the same. I will say the same exact thing, but that's going to be the people that's going to be governing, the world under, the 12, King David, Yahushua, that is the ruling class, the governing body of the Israelites, and all those 144,000 is men. But in the innumerable multitude, the other part of the elect, right, which is what? That's going to be the women, the other men, and also children, right? It says, and a man, because in the time to come, the woman is going to need a man, right? And a man, specifically a man of the Lord, a man that knows this knowledge, this truth, right? A man shall be in hiding place from the wind, right? And a covert in a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. Right? And that time is coming, man. Right? Because it's going to be a whole bunch of destruction and death and all of that stuff taking place on earth. Right? And we know the time periods that we're coming in, that the men of the Lord is going to be sought after. Right? The men of the Lord is going to be sought after because they're gonna have that different spirit. They're gonna have that power. Right? Some men might gonna have that spiritual power. Right? It might be a woman hiding in a forest somewhere on a tree, the troops running through. And then you inside this abandoned shack and she see all the troops getting ready to swarm through your house. And then here it is, you walk outside, you blow them all away. Smite them all with blindness or something. You see, you drop all of them dead in the snap of a finger. She gonna see that, she gonna climb down that tree faster than she climbed up it. She probably just gonna jump off it. Might break a leg or something. And she gonna jump off, please, let me come with you. Immediately. They could just jump right to you. You can be shooing them off. No, I don't want you. Get out of here. You see, a man shall be in hiding place. Right? And why is that? Why is a man going to be a hiding place? Because this. Ezekiel 34 and verse 30. It says, thus shall they know that I, the Lord, their power, am with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, saith the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It says, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? And I want to see this. Let's see what this says in verse 2. I mean, in NLT. It says, this is Ezekiel 34 and 31 in NLT. You are my flock, the sheep of my pasture. You are my people, and I am your God. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken. See? That didn't, say, what it said in the KJV, but you see, and let's get another one. Because you don't understand, this time is coming, man. You see where everything is gonna come back in its rightful order. And there's one thing that because this how you know what the rightful order is. It's something that I heard Myron say some years ago, like at least like 2 years ago. Yeah, two or so years ago. What Myron said from Fresh and Fed. I really don't watch him like how I used to. I just kept I really don't watch him that much. But I remember what he said. It was a certain panel, and he was talking to the women. He was talking to the women, and they were talking about like other countries and how the civilization that are in other countries. And one thing that he said was that, paraphrasing, I don't remember exactly how he said it, but this is along the same lines, is the closer the civilizations are to like war or like not as much freedom, pretty much, as kind of how America is. He said that's when they those are the civilizations that you see that are typically the genders are in their role. As in, like, comparing that to what he said, and you paraphrasing what he said, the times that get ready to come, right, is going to be death, chaos, rioting, looting, all types of things that's going to be going on, right? And so it's not going to be, free, and you can just go DoorDash and whatever. It's not going to be those. It's not going to be it's not going to be the same time period, right? So what he was saying was when the closer societies are to that, is the closer that people come to be getting to their gender roles. As in what? In the times where when women are going to have to need to provide, and there's going to be death, shooting, and all that stuff happening on a mass scale everywhere, they're going to need protection. So what are they going to do? They're naturally going to go back to their natural state of being quiet, being feminine, being docile, and trying to find a man to protect them, right? But now they're not in that state because America is free. You can do whatever you want to do right now, pretty much. Right, until the time comes to where people are really going to be able to do whatever they want to do. That's in the Apocrypha. It says the course of their actions shall stand in their power. right? That time is really getting ready to come where you can do whatever you want to do, and it's going to be lawlessness. But right now, you can do whatever you want to do as long as it's still under under the law of the American law, whatever the case, right? How these people operate. So that time that's getting ready to happen is going to put people back in their roles. All the damn feminine men too. They're gonna be walking around with nails and nails and heels and dresses and all that. No, they gonna lock in, man. They go, oh shit, I'm done doing this shit. Pick these damn nails up. Give me a gun. Give me some weight so I can work out real quick or whatever the case. That's the stuff. That's the mind that everybody's gonna get back into because they realize that our lives are on the line now. We really got to, we got to get serious. And women know deep down that you're not able to really protect yourself as you could underneath a man. That's just not how you were made. You weren't made for that. And that's nothing wrong with that. You got women that really get hurt because your role is not to be the leader. You mentally can't, you're not physically, mentally, emotionally, you weren't made for that, man. Because women, you make decisions off of emotion. If real life things start to happen, real life shit starts to hit the fan, no more food, no more water, no more nothing, and you start acting emotionally, everybody gonna die, man. But when you start making rash decisions, all right, we're gonna go here, all right, we're gonna stay here for a day or two, we're gonna see what it's looking like, then we're gonna go out here, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna get that, we're gonna see if they can get a can of water. Or shit, could be a can of water, or a bottle of water. We can see, we can get something here, some canned goods, some leftover chili. You're going to go here, You see, when you start doing those things, because men get in that survival mode. All right, but that's how it happened. That's how they were made. What happened? When men would go to war, and the women would sit home with the children, right? The same thing with the Titanic. When the Titanic was going down, who was the first people allowed on the boats? The women and the children. Those were the people that was important. And then it went from status, from class. All right, you got all this money, you this person, all right, you can go on, and you can go on, and went down the list. Do you see? Men are made to protect the women. So therefore, just by default, if we were made to protect people, right, therefore we have to be stronger in pretty much all regards. Do you see? Because we have to go against other people that is in like manner, that has the same intelligence, might have the same strength, or whatever the case may be. You see, and then the shows, like what women really don't understand is when you watch these shows, I know they did an experiment where they had they divided an island. I forgot if it was a TV show, a movie, or whatever. They divided an island where it was all women, it was all men, and they divided, and you had to survive. You had to survive as a group. I remember hearing about it. I never physically seen it, so take it what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I don't know if it was actual show or not. But I'm pretty sure it was. But from what I remember hearing about it is the women end up quitting, man. They end up quitting, and there's a reason why all the hard jobs, plumbers and electricians and all that stuff. There's a reason why that stuff is male dominated. It's because that's what men were made to do. They were made to be the workers. They were meant to be the hunters and whatever the case may be. And you women were not made that way. Y'all bone structure, everything is just not the same when it comes to us. And you have women, when you say that, women have a problem. Why the hell do you have a problem with that? I don't see you going out and doing this. You see? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you being the person that the Most High, the vessel, the Most High made. He made you to be the lesser vessel, the weaker vessel. That's in the scriptures. I'm about to get that, actually. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. At all. Because we're not saying that you're not capable. We're not saying that you're not capable to do anything. We're not saying that you're stupid. We're not saying that you're not smart, that you're not intelligent. All right, nobody's saying any of that. But there is order. And that's just how you guys are. We're going to start at 5. 1 Peter 3:5. And you see the heading. It says godly living. It says, for after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. There's nothing wrong with that. And let's see how far Sarah went. right? It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. You find me one woman that will call their man Lord. Nowadays, especially with all this feminism and all that stuff. Come on, man. These are our women, man. And there's plenty of good examples of so-called good women, in the scriptures, man. It says she obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, ye husband, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. You see, and just because we get on women, and just because we talk, we get on the women, we also say things, but we also say good things about women. You see? But in regards to this, you just weren't made to be the strong vessel. You weren't made. And I don't understand how you can argue with that, but when you get in the smaller situations and you over there overanalyze and over-rationalize and not thinking logically, not thinking just, hold on, let me just calm down 1 second. Let me really think about this. You immediately act off emotions. And then your man come along and, oh, baby, just do this. And I didn't think about that. Because you immediately jump to emotion. It might be the simplest thing that you can fix if you just sat there and just thought about it. But y'all not wired like that. Do you see? Men, when you get in a situation, you got to sit down, you got to lock in, you got to really logically analyze it, because you're not going to solve the problem with emotions, man. You're not going to solve it. Do you see? Let's get the scripture now. Isaiah 13. You get straight to the point. In 12, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. You see, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. The man has been beaten, downtrodden, and all these other things in this captivity. But what is this truth doing? What is this truth doing? This truth is giving us back our manhood, giving back order into the nation. Do you see? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with things going back to its rightful order. And in this order, the men are at the top. Isaiah 3:12, it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. When something's causing you to err, something's causing you to go in the wrong direction. You're doing it wrong. So you can clearly see that children being the oppressors, which it happens. You see the damn children beating on grandmas, beating on their parents, all type, cussing them out, doing all like I was mentioned earlier, ruling their household. And it says, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee. And who's the people that lead us? These other nations, mainly Esau, because we're in captivity right now. So guess what? That goes to show you that this is wrong. This is an error. This is not the way the Heavenly Father has set this up. It says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. These people are not here. Listen, these people are not here to be your friends. These people were not. Esau's not here to put you on a pedestal for your good, for good. As in like for he's the stuff that Esau is doing, especially with the Israelites, right? Putting the women on top, trying to kick the man out of the household. He's doing that for a reason. He's trying to destroy our nation. So that goes to show you women being in the leadership role, which we see how the society is going now. The way that the women are so far gone and dating has gone fucking off the hinges, and the way that children act, the way these men act, the way the women act, the way all this stuff happens, with what's going on with the world, we're seeing what happens when women have that authority. And this is what happens. You see, that goes to show you that what's happening right now is wrong. It says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. And who is the main people? Esau. And that's in Psalms. Was that Psalms 83? I'm just gonna get it real quick. It says they are confederate against thee. They have one consent. Right. Psalms 83 and verse 2, it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Who hates us? Mainly Esau. Starting off Esau, but these other nations, and 2/3. Right. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You see, understand what these people are trying to do. They're trying to cut you off. They don't want you to know that you're Israelites. Why? Because if you know that you're Israelites, that's going to establish order in the household. That's going to start to establish order through the people. You're not going to be breaking, in other people's houses. You're not going to be trying to sleep with other people's women. You ain't going to steal from your brother. Right? You ain't going to cause him to go off. Right? That's the people that we come from. That's why the truth is so beautiful, because it's finally putting us back in the right state of mind. Because Babylon the Great has did what? It has caused thy people to err. It caused us to go off because we was drinking that Babylon juice. It says that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom. And that's people for Esau, the so-called white man. These people are listed first. You see, these people are listed first. They love the Steve Harveys to go on the TV show. You shut your mouth when your woman talking. No, that's not what the Lord said. It's not what the Lord said. We go off what Yahweh Bashim Yahshai said, man. We go off the truth. We go off the scriptures. We don't care about Esau's laws. And how he wants you to act. Because when the man leads, that's the rightful order. And that's when things makes the most sense. That's when things get done. Because the man is going to act. He's going to be a man. He's going to do the things that he have to do as a man. You see? And that's pretty much it. I'm going to get this last one. And like I talked about, something along the lines the other day. And a perfect example. Right, a perfect example when you read the story of when Aaron, Miriam, and Moses, when Aaron and Moses was speaking against when Aaron and Miriam was speaking against Moses, because he got a wife of the other nation. Miriam was talking about Moses, and what did the Most High do? See, the Most High doesn't play with that, man. Especially when you're dealing with a man of the Lord. You're dealing with one of His men. You women think that you actually gonna talk to a man of the Lord any type of way you do. Come on, man. The Lord's gonna show you people, man. It's gonna show. But what happened? Even though Aaron was doing it too, but what happened? What did the Most High do to Miriam? He took away her skin color, man. He made her become leprous, and she had to get shut out the camp for the 7 days. And then eventually the pigmentation returned, and then she was let back in. Do you see? And the Israelites had to stop their whole journey and wait. They had to wait. It says that in the scriptures. They was waiting. They had to sit there and wait for her. Because she opened her mouth. And we don't know exactly, how she was saying, what she was saying. But you can picture. Picture the scriptures sometimes. Just like the same thing happened with Job. Job got on his woman. She was nagging him, talking, doing all type of things. And then what he said, you talking like one of these foolish women speaketh, man. You talking like them. 4:1, Isaiah 4:1, and this is happening. This is getting ready to take place on this side. It says, and in that day, it says a remnant prepared, and in that day 7 women. What 7 mean? Completion. It can be 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, 10 women, 8 women. In that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And how do people get called by? How do women get called by their husbands' names? Through the act of sex, which is marriage through the scriptures, in the scriptures. So these women be like, here, I'll give myself over to you, but just take away our reproach. Take away all this shit that's going on. We haven't ate in 3 days. Some dude tried to break in our house and we hid in the attic. Whatever the case, come take away our reproach. I don't care if you got 3 other women with you. Let me go. Because women are going to see that power in that day and realize they don't have that power. They're going to try to give it somebody that does have that power. And who's going to have that power? The men of the Lord. Not your damn gangbanging damn cousin. Not your damn ex. That was the damn fucking drug dealer. It was a damn rapper. None of these people is going to have that power, man. All these people going to die in this place. And it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. That's how you know it's talking about now, because what's going to happen? The escaping is getting ready to happen, right? Through the second Exodus. Through the Yahweh sending his son back, Yahweh and the angels, to deliver up the elect, to get his men up out of this destruction before the nuclear missiles hit. So in that time to come, women are going to be just looking for men. Please take me with you. Please, I want to go. You see? That's why the scriptures say that people should be willing, man. People are going to be wanting to listen to you in that day. See your damn eye, see your eyes glowing. Electricity sparking from your fingers. You know, you didn't call ravens to peck out somebody's eye or whatever. However the spiritual power going to work in that day. People, oh shit, look at him. I'm going to go be his friend. And all you damn wicked niggas and you damn nigga women in that day. Oh, hey, we gonna have a way with y'all, man. Oh yeah, he was the one that made the video about the Israelites. I remember you. Come here. He go, oh no, run. We gonna teleport on them, grab him by the neck, throw him across the forest, or whatever. However it's gonna go, man. The Lord is gonna do a marvelous work in the time to come, and that's going to show that the women is not gonna care about other women, because it's gonna be so bad out here. They gonna take hold of whoever they can. Then when they see that power, oh man, look at him. I need to get over there. And you see it through anime. You see it through TV shows. You see it all the time. They display it all the time. When you watching the show and the character's super strong, he just walk by and the women start blushing. Ooh, I want to be around him. You see, they immediately start blushing, want to be around, or whatever the case may be. That's going to be the same thing that happens in the time to come, man. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Hope the lesson was edifying. Hope you got some out of it. I don't know what I'm entitled it just yet, but it'll hit me, Lord willing. So that's it. Hope the lesson was edifying. Hope you got some out of it. Want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Catch you guys another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.